All right. Okay. Looks like it's working. Hi, this is Dave Kramer from Kramer Unstuck again. And I want to talk about something I've been thinking about, I've been pondering, I've been thinking about how I can say this. And I just decided to heck with it. I'm just going to make this video. Looking at the past year with the candidates that we have on the side of the Democrat side, and thinking about guys like Bernie Sanders. I think Andrew Yang. I don't know if Andrew Yang is a socialist. I thought I heard it, but anyway, I'm mainly focusing on Bernie Sanders. Here we have a man who's a communist. Okay. Now, politically, he's a communist, but his lifestyle, he's a total hypocrite. Okay, I'm going to show you about Mr. Sanders. If I can get this right. All right. Okay, Bernie Sanders here, whose politics are communist, socialist, and he's a angry, irritable man. He's not happy. This here reminds me of there's somebody I know that when they smile, it's not a happy smile. It's a conniving, deceptive smile. But I want to show you, and you probably heard about this before. Dan Bongino, probably as many as okay, Bernie Sanders, how many yachts do billionaires need? How many cars do they need? Give us a break. You can't have it all. Dan Bongino says probably as many as the number of homes you own, just a guess. Now, I don't know where this got to. Okay, right here. Okay. Sanders, has, he's extremely rich. He's a millionaire, multi-millionaire. He owns 3 houses. Wow. I tell you what, I am getting so tired of this computer today. It pops up and down for me. I don't know if my mouse is going bad or what. But anyway, getting back to Bernie here. In 2018, he bought a $575,000 4-bedroom lakefront home in his home state. This is addition to a row house in Washington, D.C., as well as a house in Burlington, Vermont. Now, the senator has also earned more than $1 million in 2017, with almost $900,000 coming from his book on his 2018 presidential run. Now, I don't have a problem with this man owning 3 houses. I don't care if he makes $1 million. I don't care if he makes $1 billion. This is America. But his politics are communist. He will always cry about the rich people and how we need to share the wealth and spread the wealth and do all that. And this guy's a millionaire, a multi-millionaire. Now, I'm going to show another guy. Let's see. Everybody knows this fat little twit, Kim Jong-un. Okay, the shocking inequality between Kim Jong-un and his people. He's a communist dictator. Okay? This guy here wants to be a communist dictator. He's not going to make it. Okay, because America, at least now, still is not into, we're not going to allow that. Okay, but you got this guy, he buys imported liquor, imported caviar, and here's his people. Okay, poor, starving. He likes designer cigarettes. you know. And if he gets designer cancer, well, fine. And look at that beautiful little yacht there, huh? A communist. Communists, this is what communists are. They're capitalists. They want it all, and you, okay, you can't have anything. Or as much as they decide to give you, the scraps from their table. They're not allowed to access the World Wide Web. Okay, the guy has a longevity institute of 130 doctors to keep him healthy. His people are screwed. Expensive gifts for his wife. Okay, well, pleasure. They scrape by the rest of his population scrape by on just $2 or $3 a month. Okay, let's see. Wait a minute. They can earn an extra $10 to $40 a month on average. That's crazy. You know, I mean, and in this country, here, you know, in our colleges, it says almost 80% of philosophy majors favor socialism. Okay? On this one, I think it's 40% or almost 40% of college and university undergraduates nationwide favor socialism. And that can be a communist or there's National Socialism, which is fascism. And I checked to see, and the thing is, we're a country of freedom. All men are created equal. We're free to have life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Where communism and socialism are directly opposed to our life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Okay? I don't know how many millions. I have it here. Okay? Okay, communism was the leading ideological cause of death between 1900 and 2000. That's okay, reason. Wow. How many of you like pop-ups? I love them. They pop up here, they come along the side, and it's almost when you start reading, they decide they're going to shut that down. That, to me, messes with my freedom. Okay? But last year, I decided I'm not going to be a Republican anymore. I became a libertarian. As I get older, more and more, I believe that we need to, as Americans, just fight for our freedoms more, because there's too much of this socialism and communism coming in. And look at this. In 100 years, 94 million perished in China, the Soviet Union, North Korea, Afghanistan, and Eastern Europe. And it trumps the 28 million that died under fascist regimes. But still, these are dictatorial regimes, and we got both in this country. Okay? That there is a total of what? 122 million people. Okay? I think, let's see, famine, 101 million, and curiously it says all the world's worst famines during the 20th century were in communist countries, China twice, the Soviet Union, and North Korea. All. That's 100 now. Here's the thing about, there's also famines in Africa. There's still famines in Africa. So, but with these three countries here and China twice, let's say that 20 million died in, I don't know how many million died in Africa. I didn't check that out. Let's just say 21 million. That means another 80 million died in these countries that were not taken into camps or murdered, taken from their homes and killed. But it's crazy. It's crazy that a country, and believe me, you know, we're free, and I believe in freedom of speech, but what I don't believe in is that we should allow communists to run for government, because they're I don't know, what is that word? Diametrically opposed to freedom, only for themselves. Bernie Sanders is a hypocrite. Kim Jong-un is a hypocrite. The Chinese are hypocrites. You know, Pol Pot. Now, Castro. These people live good lives. And but they destroy their people and their countries. And I believe that Americans need to be anally retentive about our freedoms. And if somebody like a communist says, I'm going to run for government, I don't think so. I don't think so. Now, I don't know if it will happen in my time. Maybe it won't. I'm 53. I'll be 53 this year. But eventually, if America falls back to sleep, I mean, one day one of these guys is going to sweet talk Americans into electing him into government, and things are going to go bad for us. So, you know, be vigilant. Be anal retentive about your freedom. You know, I live here in Pennsylvania, and this property tax nonsense is, to me, is oppressive. They came around a number of years ago to assess our properties, and 2 people came out. We had one guy who came out, went back, and then all of a sudden another guy came out because, well, he didn't get it right. He didn't do it right. No, he probably came back and said, you know, well, this much, and they were like, well, that ain't enough. You know, I believe that we should tax groceries. I'll pay a little more on my groceries. I want my property. I want to own my property free and clear. You know, I want a castle law where somebody comes on my property and I say, you got to get off now, and they don't, I can put them down right there. Here in Pennsylvania, you put them down right there, you know, you're probably going to be in some serious trouble. I don't know how that works, but I don't want to find out. But, you know, I just wanted to make this video. How many millions of people since the Revolutionary War, how many died in that war? How many died in the Civil War? In the Civil War, it was about 2 things. It was about state rights. The South wanted state rights, and then it became slavery. And the Emancipation Proclamation freed the slaves, which was an awesome thing. But I also believe in state rights, but only if the federal government infringes upon the rights we already have. Then I think the state can secede. I mean, look at what happened in Virginia with the gun rally, and the people that they want sanctuary counties and stuff like that, and threaten to secede. But then we got people that are communists that decide they're going to run for government, and people say, well, hey, that's the beauty of the freedoms we have. That isn't beautiful. So I just had a rant, and talking to the walls, or my dog really doesn't work, so I'm talking to you. Maybe some of you are offended. Maybe some of you think this is great. You know, just, you know, let me know. Because I'll tell you this, don't matter if you like it or not, this is how I feel. This is America. All those people that died fighting for freedom on this soil and on soil in other countries like World War I and World War II, okay, Vietnam. they'd be probably very disappointed and very angry at the way people are. And they go, why are you allowing this guy to do that? Okay, we destroyed fascist oppressive governments. We destroyed monarchies. Okay, we didn't destroy them. We destroyed fascist government. We took down, we beat the English monarchy and took our freedom. But they wonder why. You know, because I think eventually it's going to happen. Eventually it's just going to be like, well, hey, he has the freedom. Yeah, the freedom to take it away. So that's it. I just wanted to rant. And like I said, you know, I just hope that we become more anal retentive about our freedoms and not as loose as we seem to be at times, because it's going to hurt us one of these days. So that's all I got. And I'm going to put a video of a girl who was she escaped from North Korea, and she was talking about she don't understand why Donald Trump went over there and shook his hand and was nice to him, to Kim Jong-un. I understand what Trump wants to do. He wants peace, but those people are very, you know, I mean, we kill rats and mice, okay? Anything that's a rodent. And Kim Jong-un is a rodent. He's a rat. I'll put that video up in one of these areas. And another one, 2011, there was a video, 7-series video from Vice on North Korean lumber labor camps in Siberia. And I'm going to put that one up here too. Because I look at it this way. Eventually, like I said, eventually if people just allow this stuff to go on, we're going to end up like that. Now, maybe we won't. I hope we don't. But, you know, and I'm not, this isn't fear. This is just common sense. This is stay awake, be informed, and, you know, speak out against it. The more people that speak out against this, those people are going to go, you know, hopefully back in the woodwork. So that's it. I'm going to end it now. And, you know, until next time, this is Kramer Unstuck.